10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, hello. Happy Friday. Bonjour, mes amis. Happy long weekend to our American friends. Episode 41 of Stadium Connect North. And in this episode today, I've got my good friend, the one, the only Mr. 1030 here with me. Hello, how are you?
All right. Hey, everybody. How you guys doing? What's up, chat? What's up, John? Thanks for having me here. I know I can never
Oh,
replace the great Ninja Guy X, but I'm here to help out as best I can.
awesome. Well, I really do appreciate that. You're a really good friend and a valuable community member. So it is my pleasure to be able to have you help co host the show this week. So before we get into this week's news here, um, Mr. 1030, have you been playing anything this week? Have you been up to anything or?
So just recently, Destiny 2 dropped their new season, so I've been playing
Mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm.
I was playing the Division 2 just now with Squids and had to get off to join the show. So shout out to Squids. Thanks for
Yep.
playing with me. Geek the Sneak was in our team too. C
Oh,
Torres.
awesome.
Thanks
Yeah.
guys for playing. So yeah, I'll play Destiny. I'll play Division. I played Far Cry Primal. Love that game. Never played it
Oh,
before.
yeah.
So, it's my
Awesome.
first time. So it's beautiful for me.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
just been jumping back and forth around, seeing what
Good.
tickles the fancy.
Well, I myself, I played some Overcooked All You Can Eat with Ninja Guy X on Monday.
Oh,
It was a holiday here in Canada for us, Victoria Day. So him and I played. We streamed that. Roller
okay.
Champions came out on PC, PlayStation, Xbox. I've been playing
Yeah,
that.
I want to get on that. I can't wait till that comes to Stadia. That looks like the
Yeah,
perfect fit.
that
So
it's gonna be fun. I
yeah,
really, really can't wait for that. A little bit of Far Cry Primal, City Skylines,
City Skylines. I
and
forgot about that. I've been
yeah,
playing a little of that, but I keep
oh
burning
my
down my
gosh,
cities. But it's part of the fun.
yeah,
trying
it
to figure
is.
out what works and make it through.
It took me a while. I had to. I'm gonna be honest with you here. Vivi said just go in and see what works and what doesn't work. For me, I tried that, but I just couldn't figure things out. So the City Skylines YouTube account actually has some beginner videos, and I watched their very first beginner video. It's about an hour, and it gives
Okay.
you that foundation so you can start to build where things before didn't make sense for me. They start to make sense and they give you some ideas. So I highly recommend, like, if you're having problems with it, check out the City Skylines YouTube, and they've
Oh,
got
okay.
some beginner videos there that are very, very helpful.
For sure, for sure. I'm
So
definitely gonna check
yeah,
that out. Then I got an hour
yeah,
to kill, so yeah, I'll definitely check that out before I destroy any more cities.
yeah. So before we get into this week's news, just want to give a shout out to people in the chat here. I see Metal Wolf,
Oh,
Mark Zally is here, Romello.
nice,
Man, lots
nice.
of
What's up,
great
fellas?
people
Hey
here.
guys. All right,
Yeah.
Metal Wolf. Yeah.
Python Fusion. the Stadia Adventure Fry. Yeah, that's right, baby. Miss T 2022 is here. Let's see. The Scientist is here, Raphael.
Oh.
And that reminds me, I've got a poll up. So those in the chat, let me know if you subscribe to Stadia Pro. I know that there's some that may like not subscribe the full 12 months of the year, but let's just say for information purposes, if you subscribe for 3/4 or more of the year, go ahead and just vote yes on that. The Scientist Raphael there is collecting some data, so I thought I would help him out here. We got Simpleton here. Our good friend over in the UK, Mr. Bayram Plays. He says,
man.
Paul says, wow, I don't think I've ever heard Mr. 1030 talk before.
I know, and I'm not talking through gifts. I'm like,
That's right.
I'm like the bumblebee of Twitter, of the Stadia community.
They're coming in droves just to hear you. People will say, did you see Stadium Connect North? And they'll be like, yeah, I heard Mr. 1030. Oh my God.
Oh, that's awesome.
News,
well,
right?
Thank you for the exposure, Johnny. Thank you so much, buddy.
Lo-Fi Monk is here. Oh my gosh, so many I can't see is here as well.
Thanks, guys. Hey, thanks for showing up. If you showed up, you show up every week anyway. You show up for John, you show up for MM, you show up for Ninja. If you showed up to hear me speak and hear what I have to say, thank you so much. I may wander off a minute, so you may have to rein me back in, John, but I'll be all good.
So, before we get into the news again here, these last couple of days I haven't been feeling too well. So what I'm going to do when we go with the news here, I'm going to go avatar mode here, just in case I have to cough or mute the mic and to do something here, because my throat's a little scratchy and itchy and a little congested here. So don't worry if you see once my camera goes off here and the screen comes up, both Mr. 1030 and I will be over on the right-hand side of the screen, avatarized, I guess was what we'll say. And we'll still be talking about all the great news and everything like that. So don't worry.
We haven't gone anywhere. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
So here we go. There we go. Look at me. Avatar, Gaming Scarmy, Mr. 1030. Woo! All right. Let's get on to the news from this week. Make sure we're over on the right hand side here. So I'm going to preface this here. So this is a blog here that came today. Friday was unexpected.
Out of nowhere.
Stadia.
Yeah, totally out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yesterday, Wired Productions put a tweet out, and there was a picture of an envelope or something that's like top secret classified Stadia. Yeah, Stadia information, and everyone was like, what's going on? Or are they going to talk about Deliver Us the Moon? All these other things, speculation flying. And sure enough, today at 1 p.m. Eastern, there was a blog post from Stadia, and one of those bits of information is from Wired Productions. So let's get into it here. So today we're announcing 3 games coming soon to the Stadia store from active current publishers excited to bring more of their titles to players. So the first announcement here, and we saw this game was rated, I think a couple of weeks ago it went through ratings, or there was talk of it. I remember talking about this.
I remember hearing somebody talk about it,
Yeah, Through the Darkest of Times. It's coming June 1st from our friends at Handy Games. They've done Chicken Police, El Hijo, and several more games. We're still hoping Scarf is coming too. We had that little slip up in December where they announced that it was coming to Stadia as well, but fingers still crossed that we're going to see that game come on Stadia. But regardless here, Through the Darkest Times, it's a somber historical resistance strategy game set during World War II, where players will deal small blows to Hitler's growing regime here. So that's the first game. We'll go ahead and we're going to look at that because I don't want to talk through here. So Through the Darkest of Times, this coming June the 1st $14.99 US.
Oh,
I don't know, Mr. 1030. What do you think? Does this have Stadia Pro written all over it to you?
I mean, with Chicken Police dropping on Pro, I would assume they would get at least a good, decent playthrough. Everyone would at least try the game out if it was on Pro.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people can't afford the $14.99. For me, $14.99 is a sweet spot. It's not $20, it's not $30. I'm going to buy it day one regardless. But if it drops on Pro, it's a pleasant surprise. I'll take it and play through it. Give them my money that way. Give them my hours of play.
That's right. Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Stadia Pro is so awesome because it just opens you up to games that you normally wouldn't play, and also the developers and publishers can still make money on the game, and in some instances they make even more money than what if you bought it outright. So
right, if you would have bought it outright, exactly.
Yeah, that's always good to hear. So a little brief overview of this here. It says you're the leader of a small resistance group in 1930s Berlin of ordinary people, from Jews to Catholics and communists, to patriots who simply can't stand aside and watch. Your goal is to deal small blows to Hitler's regime, dropping leaflets to spread awareness about what the Nazis are really up to among the people, painting messages on walls, sabotaging, gathering information, and recruiting more followers. Oh my gosh, tongue-tied here. And all that while staying undercover. Whew. This sounds like a really intense
Sounds like a top-down, some strategy building, you know, some maneuvering around. Seems kind of fun, depending on how the sneaking is. If it's a first-person sneak or just an icon sneak, you know what I mean? Like, it could be very interesting. I would definitely try this out.
Yeah. And it looks like here it says the features experience 4 historically accurate chapters, fight for freedom, weaken the regime, and lead your resistance group, plan activities, find collaborators. So it's definitely a strategy game here. I'm wondering if this will have the direct touch. This would be great.
Oh yeah, that would be smooth. Another game with direct touch. This would be perfect.
Definitely. So this game here, Through the Darkest of Times, published by Handy Games, developed by Paint Bucket Games, is coming next Wednesday. I mean, I think this is a really good chance that this is going to be one of the Stadia Pro games, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Pro is coming next week, man. It feels like we just got games.
Right.
Pro's coming right around the corner. Good time. Good time.
So I'm going to go ahead and mute the music here. We got another announcement here. Those who remain, again, this has been rated. We saw glimpses of this coming to Stadia all the way back late last year. There was a Reddit post. The developers were looking for people to help them bring this game to Stadia, and sure enough, here it is. It's coming July the 1st. Those who remain. Let's go ahead and play the trailer here. Look at that. Oh my gosh. You know what, Mr. 1030? I think I'm going to have to bring a couple of pair of underwear with me when I play that game. So I might just soil my pants there.
Oh man, that was creepy. Whoa. Looks beautiful, man. I can't wait to play that.
It does. Ooh, and the Stadia Adventure makes a great comment here in the chat. It said it's like guilt for grown-ups. Stay in the light. I love guilt on Stadia. Oh my gosh.
Oh, guilt is great. Guilt is great. So if they advance that into like a mature story of like adults do. Oh yeah, it's a great story as is. Like if you haven't played Guilt, guarantee you should buy that game. Make that the first game or the next Stadia game you buy and play. It's well worth the price.
Definitely. So Those Who Remain from Wired Productions. It's coming July, and it says Those Who Remain places you in an up close psychological horror story set in the sleepy town of Dormont, a town in the spiraling split from the fabric of reality, warped by darkness and the deeds of the citizens who reside. Oh my gosh, that trailer still got me going there.
Gave you the shivers there, John.
It certainly did. Man, it says some mistakes should never happen, not when your life is complete, and yet they do. Edward had the good life, a beautiful wife, and the perfect little girl.
Always an Edward.
It's always
Edward.
He finds himself several whiskeys down.
Yeah,
oh my gosh! And driving through the night of Dormont to end his secret affair in a bid to fix his mistakes. Oh my gosh! This looks like it's going to be really creepy and scary story here.
Oh yeah, can't wait to see you guys streaming jump scare on this one, but love those streams
for sure. Mr. Bayram Play says, "Rest in peace, John's underwear." And you know what? Before we go any further, I have to. Let me see. Where is he here? I've got to stoke this person's. I don't even know. We're just gonna announce it here. Here he is. The Cowboy's here. He's in the building.
I was waiting.
Johnny boy. I knew the Cowboy would show up here. He wanted me to announce it as soon as he got here, but we play the games and. I give him a little bit of fashionably late announcement. So,
always has to make his entrance, his grand entrance.
Yep, exactly.
He's the man himself. He needs theme music. You need to give him his own theme music. When he has a comment.
Well, I'm gonna have to start charging him a little fee for every time he wants me to highlight his stuff. Hey, Anthony, if you're watching, maybe a few super chats or super stickers would go a long way. Cup of coffee.
Give some memberships. Give some memberships.
That's right. Give some memberships. Don't be stingy, yo. I saw you. I saw you talking about people gifting memberships, Cowboy. Now, for anybody else watching, this isn't directed towards you. This is straight to the Cowboy, Anthony. So
it's a little bit of fun ribbing of the good old Cowboy.
That's right. Woo! All right. So in this game here, it says darkness has eyes. We can see that it's going to be a really dark and scary. Navigate the encroaching darkness and manipulate light sources to clear paths through the mysteries. To survive, stand the light by any means, just like the Stadia Adventure said, and like in Guilt as well. Light is your friend here. Worlds torn apart. Conscience of choice. Gosh, look at the savior, your sanity, discover an up-close psychological thriller wrapped in a deeply human story. This is going to be great because what really gets me involved into a game is a really good story.
Yeah.
It sounds like this, for Those Who Remain, is going to be really good and really involved. This is probably going to be a game where you sit down, you're playing, and then hours go by and you're like, where did the time go? Like, you're just so drawn in.
What happened? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You know what game did that for me? And I just started playing it. Kind of like Guilt, totally different though. Darkwood. Darkwood is crazy. I couldn't stop playing it. I couldn't stop figuring out what's going on and what's all this weird stuff popping up and why am I have to kill? Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yep. I know. Yeah, exactly. So we also have another game that was announced here, Mighty Switch Force Collection. Well, let's go ahead and we'll watch the trailer here, and then we'll chat about it.
Like the Paw Patrol, Mighty Pups, or no?
No. For my friends at Way Forward.
Mighty Switch Force Collection.
Okay. Oh, nice. What is this, like a Mega Man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. It looks so beautiful, doesn't it?
must-have Mega Man type game. Definitely.
4 games in one.
Whoa.
No one's left behind. Gotcha.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that's nice. What is this? 4 players? Oh.
4 games, 70 levels. Look at that.
Local co-op? Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that is gonna be great here. It looks like it's the end. Coming to Stadia. So coming soon from our friends at Way Forward. Shout out to Stadia Adventure. Thanks so much for the it doesn't show up here. I don't know if it's a super chat. John's Knicker Fund. Grab an ice scraper so I'll get some fresh undies for when I can play that game here. Oh gosh. Ninja Guy X, I know he's excited for Mighty Switch Force Collection. I believe Ninja Guy X has this on Switch, but he said he's going to double dip here because he loves the game so much and all the games there. And this is a great way to help support the developers as well.
Definitely.
And,
Way Forward's been bringing it. Shantae, Switch Force. Yeah, they're.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some great publishers coming in, and they're young and they're new. They're young and they're excited about us, man, and that's important. That feels good. That's what feels good. Like, you want to bring me games, I want to buy your games. we have a common goal. We have a common goal. Yeah, and they just give me the game, give me a way to play them. So we're all working together.
Yep, exactly here. And so, like I said, there's 4 games in here. Mighty Switch Force. It also has an HD remake, which is Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition, Mighty Switch Force 2, and Mighty Switch Force Academy. Looks amazing. I know these are highly rated games as well. Platforming, like if you like, again, like Mega Man, like you pointed out, and all the people in the chat here. This is gonna be fantastic, and I like the HD remakes too. Those graphics look pretty slick.
Yeah, it's gonna be real crisp, real nice and crisp on your TV. That's beautiful.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to play that. So that says coming soon here, and so it says aim for the fastest time, perfect for speedrunners. So
Ninja Guy.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
That's exactly who I thought about first. As soon as I saw perfect for speedrunners, I'm like, oh, Ninja Guy X. There you go.
So like a light bulb. Ding. Oh, yeah.
You might as well just say perfect for Ninja Guy X. Is basically what they should have played here.
Like Just Dance are made for Maurice. These are made for Ninja Guy X.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly. So this was our surprise blog post from today. Actually, if you think about it, I mean, Mighty Switch Force Collection, it is one game, but it contains For Those Who Remain and Through the Darkest of Times there. So this is great. I love to see these surprise blog posts from Stadia with these little tidbits of information. I mean, we weren't really expecting this, and then all of a sudden it comes here on a Friday for the weekend. It's really perfectly timed here. And a reminder too, like Way Forward, they also Dawn of the Monsters is on sale, and there's active free weekend.
Yeah, man, that's a great game to cut through. That's beautiful. And if you could go ahead and support them after you beat it, you could beat it in the weekend, go back and support it, and just keep it in your collection forever when you want to go back. Who knows? Maybe they'll send out an update. Maybe they'll update the game, and you have it.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you never know. You really don't.
These games never die. These games, I've noticed that, John. These games recently, they don't end. So it's like I'm playing an old Division 2 game. Hey, man, I got new missions to play on here, new modes to play on here. It's like a new game for me here. You know?
Yeah, that's awesome. I know it is. Like they keep supporting the games, and it's so great to see.
Yeah, yeah.
That was the latest information from today, the news that dropped. earlier this week, we'll get this up here, and let's make sure we get this big. We heard back
Oh,
for Game Summit that AT&T had another game coming to their immersive stream setup here, and sure enough, it was announced is Control. So the second game that AT&T is offering that's powered by immersive stream is Control. And
nice.
amongst one of the changes or some of the updates that they've done here is now previously with Batman, which released last October or November, I believe. It was only playable on PC, but now you can also play on mobile as well. So that's great. And AT&T is just, one of the partners that we know about for immersive stream here. Bringing Control is good. I like to see more games coming to AT&T customers to open people's eyes to cloud gaming and what it actually offers here.
Oh yeah.
AT&T does, basically what they're doing here by also offering the immersive stream, these games for people to play too, is they're testing and expanding their 5G and fiber networks. So with this,
a win-win.
We'll be able to, yeah, exactly. It's a win-win.
Win-win.
They're offering these games for free for in turn of their getting information from you from, the performance and things like that based upon,
where you're at, where you're located, how close you are to a 5G node, how far away. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's one way to do it.
And they have a little trailer out here, and this is of Control. I enjoyed this on
Oh,
Stadia.
this is a beautiful game on Stadia too. Control Complete Edition. It's nice, man. It plays well.
Yep.
I know it looks better everywhere or elsewhere, but man, it plays good enough for me. You know what I mean? I don't miss it. When I'm playing it, I'm like, oh, I wish these graphics were better. No, I'm immersed and enjoying myself.
Yeah, it's a really good game, and a good fit, I think, for AT&T as their second game. They go through here, look at, exactly what we were talking about here. What could this lead to? It says, in the future, we imagine publishers could utilize the combination of 5G connectivity and cloud streaming technology to offer limited time play sessions directly from a search result. So this is all about expanding. And again, this is just their second game, AT&T's collaboration with Google for under immersive stream. Forbes also has, which we're going to take a look at here, did an interview with Dov at Stadia and Immersive Stream, also individual AT&T, and at 505 Games. So right before we go here, we're looking here. So what's the big picture? The addition of click-to-play mobile gaming is all part of our mission to be the best connectivity provider in America, whether you're at home, at work, or on the move, and the most reliable 5G network. And it says here, the fastest growing fiber internet in America. So this, like we talked about, this is good. Not only are they offering these games, but it's providing feedback and network performance. And
what better way to do it than give people a game to play? They could have did this a whole other way. They could have just put up nodes, tried to stream back and forth. They're giving people games. Play this game and tell us how it runs.
Living games, yeah,
that's awesome. Awesome marketing by AT&T. Awesome,
definitely. So our good friend here, Chris, over at Forbes, was able to get a Q&A with AT&T, Google, and 505 Games, like I mentioned earlier, to find out a little bit about this collaboration. So it's talking about here, if you have AT&T, how you can access it is you have to have cell phone service with AT&T. You basically put your cell number in, your zip code, and then it unlocks, and you have access to both of the games that are running on Immersive Stream.
Now, did they move Batman to mobile too, or is Batman still PC only?
I think it's mobile as well. I can't access it here without using a VPN, so I haven't
Gotcha.
tried. With
Well, anybody in the
Batman,
chat, if y'all know, anybody in the chat down there, if you guys know, is Batman also on mobile or is it just on PC still? Cool, we'll come back to that.
yeah,
Right.
definitely for sure. So we're talking here, and they're just talking about control and whatnot, and so one of the first questions that Chris was talking with Dov, which is head of product at Immersive Stream for Games. He's also the co-founder of Stadia, which makes sense here. A question saying, are there any major differences between the tech used for Immersive Stream for Games versus Stadia? And here's his answer here. No. In fact, the first platform to use Immersive Stream for Games was Stadia, which continues to utilize it and deliver new features for Stadia developers, publishers, and players. Now, this caught the eyes of a few people here, because obviously the way that we were introduced was Stadia. and then the B2B was Immersive Stream, when actually, in fact, it was Immersive Stream is the platform and Stadia is the service that runs off of it. So that ruffled a few feathers. I don't know why for some people, just like
tomato.
A few things.
Tomato. I mean, if and I see what Dom is doing. Like if realistically, if I have a product that's so good that I could split it off and have a consumer facing and a business facing and call it two separate things, hey, Immersive Stream was what we used for Stadia, but I didn't even have a name for it. I called it Stadia. But now that I know I could break it off and spin it off from Stadia, oh yeah, Immersive Stream was the power. You could call it Stadia, you could call it Immersive Stream. It was still the power behind it.
Right. Yep. Exactly. Yep.
So
exactly.
tomato, however he wants to spin it, that's cool. He could make more money to be in it, calling it Immersive Stream, as opposed to saying, okay, well, Stadia's running your game. Because maybe companies don't want to have that duality. They don't want to have that conflict of interest. So they want to have it underlined and called something different. Okay, I'll give you a name for it.
Yep, exactly. That makes perfect sense to me. And then they go on and say, what does this launch mean for Google? Why is it important? So Dov goes on to say, it's a great affirmation for Immersive Stream for Games. It just continues the collaboration between AT&T and Google. Google helped facilitate the collaboration with 505 Games to get the game onto Immersive Stream, so AT&T can then now have it on their service. Which, interestingly enough, what I'm wondering is if that collaboration can work both ways. Can we maybe see AT&T work with Warner Brothers to get Batman, Arkham Asylum on to Stadia? Like, I'm hoping that way in the future, that's something that we'll be able to do. And I see here Vet is in the chat. Let's highlight it here. I didn't read it. I just saw him pointing to it.
Vet, what's going on, buddy?
I have AT&T cell phone service. I just logged into Batman on my iPhone 3, and it loaded right up with touch controls.
Whoa, okay, nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Beautiful. Yeah. See, now I would love, I hope that this partnership runs both ways, that we can see that game Batman come over to Stadia, because you've got AT&T, so it's just, it's a telecom company that's limited to just the United States themselves and its customers, right? So they're using these games to help with entice people in to get diagnostics to improve their 5G network. But I think also too that if they made some sort of a deal where it came over to Stadia as well, they could also then additionally make money off of that as well, because there's going to be people there that no matter what, even if they saw the game on Stadia and the game on AT&T, they'll have a hate for Google and like, oh, I'm not playing anything Google. I'll play it on AT&T. Well, meanwhile, it's the same backbone. it's the same backbone there, but I think it's possible. So hopefully in the future we see these partnerships
True.
flourish, and that the licenses go both ways here.
True. And then even on the underpinnings of just bringing us games, just getting AT&T service good enough to run Stadia wherever you're at. You know what I mean? That's going to be great for Stadia. That's going to be like, okay, now wherever you're at, you're going to be able to run it. Whether you're outside of the park, as long as you get AT&T, Stadia is going to run flawless. Or, you're in your house, Stadia is going to run flawless. So even just the network connectivity is going to give us a great boost amongst everybody else. That's what everybody else is pining for. That's what Amazon is trying to do. That's what AT&T is trying to do. Google's just going the opposite approach, and now they're saying, okay, you have the connectivity, now give me the access.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, that's exactly it. So Chris is asking, what are the goals of this partnership with AT&T and 505 Games? So he's saying, working with AT&T and 505 Games, we made it a priority to ensure that both teams understood how to connect the dots within Immersive Stream for Games, SDK. So that's awesome there. Tooling originally developed for Stadia partners now also helps accelerate customers like AT&T using Immersive Stream for Games to quickly get the game up and running, create remote demos accessible to multiple organizations, and testing across AT&T's new smartphone and tablet endpoints. So these low change porting tools that we see that we're talking about, and all these other different tools that are being used on Stadia are also able for developers for Immersive Stream for Games, which is awesome. Yeah, this is definitely good. So he says, for industry publishers, we know that platform porting costs can be a major blocker. This is why we invest in developing tools to minimize engineering costs and time to launch. Now listen to this, Mr. 1030. You better put your seatbelt on and hold on to that chair.
Put on my new underwear. Hold on, John.
That's right. So that instead of months, it can take just weeks to get players in the game. This was a primary focus for our team, and we're happy to have delivered here. So this is the key thing here, because I still see people complain, Google needs to put out the money to get these games over, to incentivize developers to bring their games over. Well, sure, you can do that. You can throw your money around and you can say, okay, I want to get this, let's just say Resident Evil. There was that rumor there. You could throw $10 million for Resident Evil around and things like that. But at the end of the day, if your platform is not easy to develop for, the publishers aren't going to want to bring their games. You're going to have to keep putting out that money for more and more. The whole goal is to make your platform as easy to develop for and as profitable for developers and publishers. So this is what Google's doing. They went that route of shelling out the money to get the titles over there. And then they figured, for long-term sustainability, let's make it easy to develop for. Let's incentivize, whatever.
To get
with
it together.
Stadia Pro, right? With Stadia Pro, we can we get that. Let's make it easy, like as easy as possible for people to bring over their games. And I think they're really on the right track. So, yeah.
I mean, this move here, this Immersive Stream for Games move, is probably more disruptive to the industry than Stadia itself was. And just bear with me. Just let me circle back around here. Immersive Stream for Games, if you offer that not only to corporations, but say individual publishers, whether they utilize it or not, whether it opens up another subscription you have to pay for or not, they can go then to PlayStation and to Microsoft and say, hey, do you want my game on your platform? No, well, I can go somewhere else and do it myself and get just as much money. So now I demand more. Now my games are worth more. You know what I mean? So everybody in this age are worried about the developers getting paid, publishers getting paid, everybody getting paid. This is a way for them to say, I can get paid on my own. I don't need you. You want me. So my value is worth more.
Yep, exactly. So this is really good. And I'm happy to see that this has been a major focus, and getting these tools easy. And I think it's just going to be over the next year and a half that we start to see the fruits of these tools,
these
and
kind
the
of
ease
things.
development.
It's going to take time. It's going to definitely. I mean, it took us 3 years to get to where we're at now. Who would have thought 3 years ago that we'd had the things we have right now? Be able to click to play on your TV and have the app on your TV. You know, we wanted it, but it wasn't guaranteed. This was guaranteed. Whether we signed up for $100 or not, this was not guaranteed to us. What was guaranteed was that controller and the Chromecast. Everything else we've gotten has been a plus. You could continue to pay for that plus, or you can walk away from it. But nothing was guaranteed to you but that controller and the Chromecast and the collection of games that you got to start.
Yep. Yeah, definitely, for sure. So then Chris goes on to ask, can you shed some light on the future of immersive stream for games? Are there more partnership in the works with other companies looking to use the tech? And Dov saying, you know, we announced it at the Google Games for Developers Summit in March. We saw a lot of interest from studios big and small around the industry through our interest form. While those discussions are ongoing, you can expect to see new immersive stream for games customer launching soon. So I don't know who that is.
Who could it be? Who could it be? EA? Is EA going to try and do it themselves? You know, everybody's talking about EA shopping. Is Ubisoft going to do it themselves? Like, hey, you can go through Stadia, or you can go through our platform by itself. You know, who knows?
Exactly. Exactly here. So then Chris is now switches hats here and talks a little bit with Matthew, who's the Assistant Vice President of 5G Product Innovation at AT&T. And he kind of just reiterates like what we were talking about, like what are your goals for cloud streaming? And it's making AT&T 5G the best platform and network for players. Because if they can perfect 5G is capable of incredible speeds here. So getting those speeds and that latency down and just a perfect signal is going to be a real eye opener and allow for expansion for cloud gaming. We see that in, you know, places like Brazil and India as well, where using that 5G is their main source for cloud gaming
for gaming period. Right, for gaming. It's their game system, you know. And now to be able to bring a platform to your game system you already have. Smart. Beautiful moves.
Exactly. And it says AT&T, we're actively testing everything from latency requirements to speed consistency that could impact your performance on the go. So like we said, it's a working win-win. Both ways here. Win-win.
Definitely win-win.
Yep, definitely here. And again, why is this launch important for AT&T? So it's, you know, it's basically, you know, the stuff that we've been talking over here, that it gives their customer another offering for their customers, constant activity, high performance, and things like that. Click to play. This is all good stuff here, and allowing them to play games on you know, devices that they already own. And I mean, who knows, like this could be a deciding factor for someone when they're thinking about getting cell service, you know, that AT&T offers these free games to play as part of your you know, your monthly bill,
your monthly bill
cost.
This is another win for them. This is a bonus for them. So why wouldn't they go to Stadia? You know, why wouldn't they? You know, it's shocking who they went to and who they excluded. You know what I mean? Why did they exclude some groups? That's
so then they were asking too, AT&T have they tested gameplay over 4G? And they say, yeah, definitely. You know, it were 4G, but 5G is going to be better because, of course, lower lag and less stutter compared to 4G. But it does work for 4G LTE. And then Chris was asking here if you could share details on maybe how many people have played or tried Batman. And these are tens of thousands of our customers have enjoyed the Batman experience already. So those are people who have, and what that would count is it wouldn't be consistent, you know, that there are tens of thousands consistently playing it, but there's been tens of thousands of people who've logged in and checked it out at least.
And tried it, played a couple minutes, dillied around, saw how it was. Some stayed, some walked away, but at least they tried.
Yeah, exactly right. It's just giving it a fair shot is the main thing here. And Chris was asking here, are you able to share any insights on how long people played it for? And AT&T comes back and says, we had higher than expected average play time. So that's good. Like, people are playing it more than what they anticipated. So now, hopefully, with control on the service there for AT&T customers, it's just even more fun for people to try. Yeah. And then finally, Chris here, the final piece of the puzzle, he talks with Charlotte over at 505 Games. And basically, Charlotte saying, 505 Games already have an existing relationship with Google, and Google helped the two work together to get the contract, all the stuff behind the scenes going so that they could get, that working. So I'm sure there's got to be some pay for 505 to be able, for bringing the game over and allowing AT&T to use that. So there's got to be some type of, payment or transfer or some type of agreement that they have. And then again, they just talk about what makes control a good choice. Why is this important? Because 505 here says that they're looking for exciting new ways to promote their portfolio of games and expand the number of platforms in which players can experience our titles. And
beautiful.
What is so awesome about cloud gaming is because you can use the devices that you already own to play it. You don't have to worry about, certain hardware requirements and things like that. So
it's literally a direct link between you and your customer, you and the players.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Direct link. Here's the game. You play it wherever you got. You don't need anything else. No controller, no new phone. Whatever you got around the house, you can play it.
That's right. Yeah. So, and that's awesome. And then again here, it says, what's 505 hoping to take away from this partnership? And again, broadening the audience and making the game relevant by playing on a device on the go is a nod to how far technology has come. Broaden the audience, to me, is the biggest takeaway there. That this just allows even more people to experience and play your game. Sure, some will want to only play it by purchasing a console or a PC, and that's perfectly fine. But for those who are interested in cloud technology, this is just another way. What does it hurt having your games in as many places as possible so as many people can play it? That's the whole goal. And sometimes it boggles my mind when I see people get all worked up about, no exclusives, or now these games coming over to PC.
It's insane. Like exclusivity. Like I grew up gaming. So here's a little bit of history, chat. I grew up gaming. I'm 46 years old, right? So I started in the arcades. Arcade gaming was the best, man. It made you get better on your own, so you could be better for everybody else. You could beat everybody else in the arcade. It gave me my competitive streak. Gaming was fun when more people are playing. Period. It's just period. It's just the way it is. Single player games are cool, but the shared experiences are the most fun you're gonna ever have. Whether it's beating up somebody one-on-one, whether it's shooting somebody one-on-one, whether it's running with somebody, like the cowboy, right? You just punch the cowboy in the head. That's fun, But also running with the cowboy on adventure is fun because the cowboy can hold his own. I know the cowboy can play because I fought against him. So that's all gaming is about.
Yeah. I don't know if Anthony's still sticking around or not, but maybe we can make this a clip. A little secret here is that when he's playing adventures, it's not really him that's playing, it's his wife. That's the only reason why it looks like Anthony can hold his own. It's because his wife is playing.
Well, shout out to Mrs. And now your mama knows, because you're a beast on that game. Thank you. You saved my life many a times.
So that was the news from earlier this week. Immersive stream, AT&T, another game, Control, coming to AT&T, is actually available now. And we also learned that another Immersive Stream Games partner coming soon. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know who it is, but I guess we'll find out in the next couple of months.
505 Games just ensured Control 2 is going to be the most wanted game ever because it's everywhere. Control is everywhere to be played. There's no reason why you wouldn't want the sequel,
Yep.
Great move. Exactly. Great move.
Yeah, exactly. So moving on to other news this week,
My
We heard
friends.
from our friends at From Space. We interviewed them, probably about a month or so ago. Remco had a great time talking with Remco. And he mentioned during the interview that there's going to be more news coming soon around the end of the month, end of May here, early June. Well, here's the first bit of news here is they're announcing that Triangle Studios and Curve Games have formed a partnership. So Curve Games are going to be publishing From Space. So that is
Nice.
great to hear. This just gives a load off of Triangle Games. They don't have to, that Curve Games will do all like the publishing, the PR, promoting the game, get a little bit of extra funding and whatnot. And
They
Curve
focus
Games,
on just making it better. Triangle could just focus on making it better, man. It was already great. It's already the demo was a blast. If they just expand on that demo, they're in for a major hit.
Yep, exactly. And Curve Games, they've published Human Fall Flat, which is on Stadia. They've also published Ascent, Just Die, the Crew games. I'm not familiar with that. In Iron Oak for the King 2. So, this is good. There's another publisher here. Who knows? That might open up. They're going to be publishing From Space on Stadia. So hopefully, who knows? They may bring
the porting goes smooth
games.
and they'll bring the rest. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So a little bit of other news here. Project Z. We spoke with Justin from 314 Arts about Project Z and the Kickstarter, and unfortunately, it didn't make its goal. But as we know from the interview, Justin said they have a plan B, and it's good to see here that the game, although the Kickstarter failed. Let me see if I go back here. Oh, no, I don't have it there. That they're also, again, like I said, they have a plan B, and they also tweeted out that they still intend on bringing the game to Stadia, as what Justin told us. We asked them, let's just say the Kickstarter doesn't work out. What are the chances of bringing it to Stadia? And he says, that they're going to still bring it to Stadia. Could there possibly be something that happens in between now and then? Sure. But for all intents and purposes, we can still expect to see the game on Stadia. And that was, if I remember correctly, Project Z wasn't until either next year or early 2024, something like that. So
so we got time. We got time for that. We got time to let them flesh it out. Let's see what deals get worked out. Hopefully, like you say, they still bring the game to the platform. It looks like a great addition. Good job, Stadium's trying to get them over that goal. We did our best. We all tried. If you gave a little bit or you gave a lot, at least you tried. So thank you. It means a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So I see Paul here because we see the tweet up here. Paul mentions here Jedi Survivors just announced with the trailer,
nice.
But no platforms yet. So I quickly checking my email here for press, and I see it shows here that it is coming to PS5, Series X, and PC in 2023. That's what they have announced here. Yeah, that's all that they have announced so far. So there's still a possibility. Who knows? It may come between now and then.
Man, that was great because Fallen Order is a beauty on Stadia. So I was hoping to see the sequel there. So we got a whole year to wait. So we got some time to see what happens, see what falls into place.
So, Mr. 1030, you know a little bit about this game here, Talking Dogs. We talked with Carson. Had him on interview. It was a great interview, and again, he mentioned to us that there more information coming in June. And sure enough, we've got 2 new stills from the game in Unreal Engine 5, just showing off some things here, and more news to come. And if we check out the Carson Kelly Games website, he's got it updated here. Talking Dogs revealed. Join me Friday, June the 3rd for the Talking Dogs reveal. Now, if I'm wait, I thought it was going to be on June the 18th or further
down in June.
Yeah, but looks like he's pushed up that reveal date here, and anyone that watched the interview with Carson, he put a whole lot of hints. He was saying a lot of things about the game that was probably going to make sense here. So in less than a week, no, Friday. Yeah, so next Friday. We're going to see the reveal of Talking Dogs. We know Phil's been redesigned. And he says the game looks better than what's been showing before. So this is awesome. I never even realized that he moved the date up here. Yeah.
Did not realize it either. You know, I saw Carson from a tweet on Twitter. He had posted, it was a while ago. So, you know what, guys, when you see games that you like and you want, and you use that hashtag, bring it to Stadia, and you don't hear anything or everybody's talking down to you, bro, you never know what'll come from fruition. You never. So, you know, keep doing what you're doing. If you see a game you want, it doesn't hurt to ask the developer, hey, can you bring the game to where I play? That's the way I look at it. You tell me why you can or why you can. And if I could make that happen, I'm going to make that happen because I want to play games. I'm a gamer. I want to play games.
That's right. And Carson mentioned you specifically. He said, you know what? Mr. 1030 is the sole reason is, you know, you're the one that approached him, mentioned about Stadia, and then he started looking into it, and with your finesse and your caressing and your smooth talking.
My savoir-faire. Savoir-faire is everywhere. You know, savoir-faire is everywhere, for sure.
Now we've got another developer on Stadia here, and I'm pretty confident in even what Carson mentioned too, is alluding to more than just one game coming. So this is great to see.
Number one, we have one of the best gaming communities I've seen in years. This is like the old Xbox Live community from the beginning. Like I said, I'm old, so I've been around. Like when Xbox Live started and you had to pay for it, people were mad, and it was just that tight-knit group that just played together, and that's all they wanted to do was play. And then that's what I feel here. You know what I mean? It's just on a different level. It's not it's not a console-based community now. It's a cloud-based community. So, but these guys are great. And what I want more than anything is to bring more games and play with the people that I'm playing with now. So if I could do that, that's Project Z. That's how, I mean, these games are in Kickstarter. Look at Skyclimbers from 2 years ago or last year. Remember what we did for them? Like, it's just amazing what the community can do when we get together and we see games we want. And just tell the developer, hey, man, we want your games. We'll pay for your game. Right. You want us to fund the Kickstarter? Do it. Put it out there. We'll show you we want your games. And let them tell us no. Let them tell us why they won't do it. You know, put the onus on them. That's all I do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, like we every developer we've talked to, we ask them, you know, what are your thoughts on community reaching out to you and asking you about the games? And every single developer has said, like, it's positive. Like, continue to do that. Of course, you do it in a respectful way, you know.
Oh, yeah, no harassment, no bullying, no belittling. Just, man, ask, hey, why not? Tell me why you can't. If you have a reason to argue or a point to refute them, and then let it be. Hey, okay. Like Tim Sweeney. If he wants to bring Fortnite at this point, bring it, bro. You know there's ways to do it. It's on you now to bring it. It's on him now to bring it. So don't say, hey, I want your game. I'm not gonna ask you no more. You're gonna bring it when you're ready to bring it because you know it's the way to do it.
Exactly. Alrighty, so now we're gonna move on here to some community news, and I wanted to mention here, StadiaCast, Bill and Lloyd. This was the first show. I remember when I first learned about Stadia, GDC 2019, and actually a few months before that. I wasn't able to get into the Project Stream test that fall prior, but when I really started to get interested in Stadia in early 2019, and then we had GDC and the pre-orders and stuff, I started to look around on YouTube and Twitter to see there are other people in the community or you know what type of community it would be. And Bill and Lloyd with StadiaCast were like the premier show to watch for Stadia. They even had John Justice on the show pre-launch, got to talk with John. It was just so amazing. And Bill and Lloyd are really great guys. They've never taken the low road and go for clicks or views. You know, they just tell it as it is, how they feel, and with a reasonable overview of it. And they've decided that you know, they're going to put the show on hiatus for a while. I think both Bill and Lloyd are really excited too about Steam Deck. So that's one of their main focuses. I know they also did some restructuring of like their Nintendo show as well, where put it in like with some general gaming. So it's a reorganization. It doesn't mean that they'll never have any more shows or they won't talk about Stadia anymore.
Lloyd was just playing on Stadia today. He just tweeted something about, I think he was playing Remote on Stadia. So they're still playing on Stadia. They just don't have that desire to fuel a hour-long show with it. You know, and that's understandable. Like, hey, I thank them so much. Like you, John, when I first started playing on Stadia, I started in 2019, and I was actually in Project Stream, and it was rather janky on my system at home, but I saw the potential. I saw if they could make this work, like, man, I won't need to buy anything ever again. I need to buy a controller, and that's about it. I'll be able to play everywhere. So I bought in, and I wasn't able to buy in as a founder because unfortunately funds at the time, but I was able to get in on a buddy pass, and I've been here from the beginning. They were the ones, between them and MM2K, they were the two shows that I watched nonstop on all my Stadia news. So they're the foundation to me. So much love and respect to them. Peace. Hopefully we'll get some excitement back into Stadia and they'll come on back, you know, with that excitement. But until then, man, follow them, further them on. They do great. Yeah. They're great contributors to gaming, period, across all platforms. Definitely. Period. Like you, John, like you. I don't consider you a Stadia platform only person. John, you're a great contributor to just gaming. That's why I like being like you're just a welcoming guy and a great contributor, bro. So you guys are awesome. I want to give you your flowers while you're here, while I can, before it's too late, before anything happens. I want to tell you, you are appreciated from me and from the rest of the community that follows me.
Awesome. That means so much, Sharon. And that's like one of the reasons why I really love the Stadia community. There's so many great people and so many friends that I've made over the years. It's just fantastic. Even through disagreements and arguments, man, the real people that are your friends are still here.
Yeah. Right. The ones that walked away. Okay, well, where are they now? Your real friends, even through all your arguments, mishaps, misunderstandings, you're still here. We're still riding with you.
Yep, exactly. So I can't see saying they're still covering Stadia, but in other ways. So they mentioned, just like you said, Mr. 1030, Lloyd was still playing. It doesn't mean that they don't like Stadia anymore. They're not going to be anti-Stadia. They're not going to say, well, we're not playing any games. It's just their passion is for other things now. And I've always said, like, only make content that you're passionate
about what you're passionate about. Otherwise you're doing it for ill gain. You know what I mean? What are you doing for clicks, to be famous? Do it because you like to do it. Do it because you love it.
Exactly. Yep. And people can tell the difference. People know if you're doing it because you love it or if you're doing it just to get attention and clicks and views and things like that. So we wish Bill and Lloyd the best.
For sure.
Doesn't mean like I said, it doesn't mean that
I'm still following them. I'm still listening to you.
Follow them. Yeah,
exactly. I'm still right on you, Bill and Lloyd. So you haven't gone anywhere. You shut down the show, but you can't lose me.
That's right. Yep. So I just wanted to give a special shout out and a mention to both Bill and Lloyd StadiaCast. They're just fantastic individuals, and like I said, it's just they're so great. Moving along here. Wanted to mention Rokk. I'm not sure if he's still in the chat here.
Oh, another great Rokk.
Yeah. So I each week on Tuesdays, I'm one of the guests on the show, along with SPG and Ray, and we just have a whole bunch of fun there.
Man,
and
one of the best shows to watch.
Yeah, it's really a great.
If you haven't watched it, watch it. These guys have a blast, and they make you have fun. Even if it's nothing to talk about, they're having fun. So you're enjoying yourself. So
exactly. And also, I just want to mention here before I go on, that makes a great point here. It shouldn't matter what we use to game on. We're all gamers at heart. That's where we should focus on and just enjoy gaming. It's like you play on what you want to play. I'll play on what we want to play, and let's just have a love for gaming, a mutual love for gaming.
Exactly.
So Rokk here, he last year, he raised almost $905. I guess that'd be US £750 for the Cancer and Leukemia in Children Foundation. Now it's called Young Lives versus Cancer, and this June he's aiming to raise 1,000 pounds. I don't know if that's euro or pound. I'm so sorry. I'm very horrible at that. So $1,000, we'll say, with streams, giveaways, and events. So that's coming up. We know June 1st is Wednesday. So coming up Wednesday here, definitely going to check Rokk out. He's already raised,
support Rokk.
Yeah, he's already got some money here. Nerf Report has donated 50. Rokk started it off with 20 here. So let's get to 1,000. A great like initiative on Rokk's part here on doing this and raising money. The link to this information is in the description. We can check it out here. Let me see if I copy the tweet, if I can link there, if I plop it in. Also as well, there's a link to the tweet right there in the chat and directly to his fundraising station there. So a big shout out to Rokk.
Man,
and
shout out to Rokk. Stand up, move, Rokk. Great guy. As soon as I can, I'm contributing to this, man. Because this is another reason why we game, why we're a community. We help each other out. We stand up for things we believe in. So.
Yep, definitely.
Very important.
And I know he's got some interesting things planned, so be on the lookout for that. If you haven't already, follow Rokk. He's just an awesome individual. And
be careful, because when you said interesting things, Rokk and interesting things could go either way. So just be careful.
Well, no. It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. And I'm really positive that he's going to pass the $1,000 mark.
Oh, easy.
For the month.
We'll try and get him there by the 15th. Let's get him there by the 15th of June.
That's right. So winding down here on our community news, we heard rumblings earlier on in the week, and there's some issues with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. The game, people's game saves disappeared. They've put hours and hours and hours into the game, and they go to log in, and there's nothing. It's all gone. So understandably, people are upset.
Yeah,
now, again, this link here, this is going to be your definitive link in the Stadia forums for the information. And a shout out to Ninja Guy X for pointing me to this here. Google is aware of it. They're working with Ubisoft, and it's just saying, we want to thank you for bringing this to our attention, and we want to let everyone know that we've escalated to our higher tier of support, and we'll post on this thread with any further updates. So if you're looking for an update to the issue with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, check out this thread here. And I know there were people like, oh, well, is it a Google problem? Is it a Ubisoft problem? Well, here it is. Basil here, who's a PM Stadia, and says Bryant had tweeted about it, and Basil says, agreed, we are investigating. The saves are cloud-based and not in our direct control. So for those looking to try and put the blame on Stadia, it wasn't, there's always
we get blamed for everything. Don't Stadia get blamed for everything, man? Like,
it's
some things are just... they're a young platform. They're learning, just give them time to get these things. I know they have kinks. Believe me, this platform has kinks, but give them time to figure it out. We just watched the Xbox 20th year anniversary, documentary last year. Did you see them year 1 and year 2? Could you imagine how they were running around like chickens with their heads cut off? So just give them time to figure it out, man. If you want to support, show your support. If not, oh man, okay, well, my saves aren't showing up. It's a bad issue. It's a big issue. But we don't know where the issue is. So let's try and investigate and fix the issue before we run and point fingers at either person, either company.
Yep. Exactly. And I want to shout out here. I saw in the chat Simpleton saying raising money, doing the things you love is great. I'm tuning in. I've raised $650 so far for kids with cancer by shaving his head. So
Nice,
that
beautiful,
is
man.
amazing.
Yo, this is what matters. The kids are what matters. So let's not forget that too. And all this gaming stuff, our kids are what matters. Let's give them something to play. Let's give them games to play. Let's give them ease of access, so we don't have to spend all our money when we get older buying these new consoles. Just buy the game and let them play. You know?
Yeah, exactly. And our final bit of community news here, Ninja Guy X, he tweeted out, and it looks like, oh wow, this was early. I thought it was actually earlier today. It wasn't. It was back in September, asking about Shantae and the Pirate's Curse that was expected to be released this summer in Stadia, but they haven't heard anything about the delay. It still says back in September. It shows that it's on its way. And then Nathan just tweeted out here, my apologies, because I thought this was a new update. It's not. Even just saying, thanks so much for Way Forward Games, his backlog. So it's okay. Take your time, and we'll wait for this. And then Ninja Guy was saying, yes, I had so much fun with Risky's Revenge here. So so this is good. I thought it was an update to an already existing question, but my bad. Unfortunately, it was not. So I'm going to go ahead. We're off of the news here now. I'm going to go ahead and turn. There we go. Yes, I am alive. I'm a real person here, people. So as we winding down the show here, I kind of wanted just to see. Again, don't forget, vote in the poll here. Let us know if you have Stadia Pro. And also wanted to mention too earlier on, Cowboy did do a donation. Thank you so much. $5 USD.
Cowboy.
He just
Look
said,
at that. Avon is blowing up today.
I know. He must have made some great sales at lunch. Couple extra bottles of perfume and
man, it's getting so soft over the counter.
Lotion, right?
Yeah, that's lotion.
He said that he can't figure out how to gift membership. That's why he's been quiet. So let if to let him know. I'm not 100% sure, but thank you so much, Anthony. Maybe, like I said, we'll start charging Anthony for ads. You can have Avon ads at the beginning and the middle of the show.
Yes, there you go. Well. Have them pop up and we need an infomercial with Anthony and Avon. I'm surprised he hasn't done this yet. He's done everything. That was a hot infomercial, Anthony. Where you at? Where you at? This is a moneymaker.
That's right. Unbelievable. So we also, again, we mentioned here about the poll. So if you haven't already, vote in the poll. Let us know if you're a Stadia Pro subscriber. So far, we've had 47 votes, 83% yes, 17% no.
Nice. Options, man. The Stadia gives you options. If you don't want to subscribe for Pro, buy the game. Let me tell you, I've subscribed for Pro, like I said, since the inception or since I had that buddy pass that expires. And my Pro library, while they offer 50 to new signups, mine is well over 120 games from Stadia every month for just $10. So it's an investment. If you invest in it, it will pay off in the end, for sure.
Definitely.
Or if you don't want to, hey, just buy the game flat out. They have great sales, great deals. You're still part of the community and you're still playing the game wherever you are.
Exactly. So we know Wednesday, June the 1st, that means there's going to be a new set of Stadia Pro games. So I kind of wanted to take a little poll here in the audience, or maybe if just reply in the chat here, any ideas of what you think games will be for June. I'm going to start off here. So again, in the chat, just type out if you have some ideas for what you think might be Stadia Pro games next Wednesday. Let us know. I'm going out on a limb. I'm thinking Death Run TV sounds like it would be a great addition. And we lost Mr. 1030 here. And there we go. We got you back on here. There we go.
Yeah, I'm back. I don't know what happened, man. I lost you, John. I'm back. Sorry.
No worries. So I'm thinking Death Run TV is going to be a great candidate for Stadia Pro. I'm also thinking that we could probably see here. What was that just today? So Through the Darkest of Times, I think that's a potential candidate for Stadia Pro. I don't know. What about you, Mr. 1030? What do you think we could possibly see on Wednesday?
It's funny. This is probably one of the first months that I have no idea what they can drop. I mean, they could surprise us and give us Mafia 1 and 2, along with the two games you mentioned. I mean, there's so many games that have been rated that they can drop at any point. I definitely think Death Run TV will be one. Those Who Remain, I will give you that. I think that will be one. You know what I would hope for? I would hope they would make Outcasters a pro game. Bring Outcasters back to pro, and let's get some people playing that. That game is still a blast to play when you're playing it together. What did they give us? They gave us Outriders last month, so they could. I mean, anything's on the table, really. Anything's on the table. For sure. They could drop.
Nathan says Worms. We know Team 17.
We know Worms. Is they bring it Team 117
is on the way.
We have Deliver Us the Moon still set to come at some point. So I don't know if they're going to try and do it as a pro game again, or if they're just going to release it, later. But Deliver Us the Moon is one we still have coming. So, we have some games. I mean, they could bring Eve or Trials of Cold Steel, the new one. Bring that to pro. I want to play that. I played 8. I want to play 9. I played Eve 8. I played Eve 9. Thank you. So give me the Trials of Cold Steel series too. I mean, let's keep it going. They could go in any direction at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. I see a lot of great suggestions here. SPG Martha is dead. Paul was saying Worms, WMD, Dragon Quest, Death Run TV. Raphael here is saying about Deliver Us the Moon, Death Run TV, Ninja Guy. Death Run TV seems very popular here. Death Run TV, Through the Darkest of Time, and existing games. I'm not sure exactly.
Let me ask you. Come to think of another title, Outright Games. Is My Little Pony out everywhere else? Maybe that'll come pro because they need a game to drop pro. I don't know if it's out already.
No, so My Little Pony just released on other platforms today, and it says it's coming summer.
Summer, okay.
On Stadia. So,
I mean, we probably getting another Outright game, I'm sure, though. Let's get another Outrun game for my kids.
Exactly.
We could. I've been most impressed with these last 2 weeks, John, with just the developers and the publishers showing excitement for Stadia again. That's cool to see, man. Like Outright Games, like Wired, like Eve from the winemaking game. Like this is awesome to see people seeing the benefits of Stadia in the community and the gamers we have here. And now Stadia is making it easier for them to bring the game, so we shouldn't have any issues with getting games from here on out. I mean, we got the ways to go to hit our 100, so let's get ready for an influx. There's no telling what we're going to get, but be ready to play some games, people. I mean, we got Death Carnival still coming, From Space still coming. Like, oh my God, bro, it's going to be a great year for multiplayers, for gaming in general.
Yep, definitely. Paul says he heard Avon Simulator is one of June's pro games, so I can't wait for that. If that comes out,
my God, that's the game. Hey, if anybody out there is developing, give me an Avon Simulator starring a cowboy, and I will pay you handsomely.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny. Ninja Guy actually maybe Chorus. That's a great choice.
Chorus is a beautiful game. No, that's a standout game on Stadia too. It's so fun. So fun. That's a great game.
There's Squids in the chat. Hello, friend. Let's see. I can't see saying the one that was announced today, which you talked about, Death Run, and I can't see says maybe Hot Wheels. We know Hot Wheels.
Maybe Hot Wheels was announced. Yeah, there we go. Like I'm saying, we get so many games rated that they could just bring at any point. So it's just a good time. It's a fun time. Exciting. Exciting. Yep. Who would expected that blog post today? I sure did. No, you know what I mean?
I did.
I honestly expected them to drop June's games, but the fact that they didn't means, oh man, just keep me anticipating. I know it's something coming. I know you're giving me something. Five Nights at Freddy's is still coming.
Yeah, we see that. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so it's so many we can go through.
Stadia Venture says, I'll be made up if Avon Simulator came. Stadia exclusive DLC is a cowboy. Yeah. So there's a lot of great potential here that we could see coming out for Stadia Pro next week. I guess the good thing is we should really hear about it on Tuesday.
At the latest, we still may hear about it tomorrow. Like they're not on a cadence anymore. Like we thought they were on a cadence, and they've kind of broke us of that mold. They will drop whatever they want, whenever they want. We'll know before Tuesday what the game, or before Wednesday what the games are. However, we're gonna know. I don't know, but we're gonna know what the games are.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead here and let's end the poll, and let's see what the results are. So here we are. So 51 votes, 82% are pro subscribers, 17% no. So Raphael, scientist here, a little bit of data for him, and I'm going to run that same poll on Twitter, allow it to run for a couple of days, and just see what kind of response we get. He's doing a little bit of research here, so always willing to help out. So, Mr. 1030, do you have any plans? I know this is a long weekend in the U.S. So do you have any plans this weekend? Or
unfortunately, I'm working every day of the weekend. So this is the first weekend I have to work the whole holiday. But you know, at least I'll be safe. At least I'll be safe. Want to worry about blowing off a finger or anything. You know, losing any limbs on fireworks. So it's cool. I'm just going to be gaming, so you'll see me at night, you know, gaming. If ever you want a game, my invites are always open. I'll play anything with you. I'll at least try, even if I suck. I'll at least try. But, you know, I sucked at Resident Evil. Rainbow Six Extraction. John had to carry me the way through, but I still played with him. You know, I had to play with him because John's my boy. I enjoy playing with you guys, laughing.
I haven't played that for a while. I hope Granite's not watching, because the last time I played with him and Ninja Guy X, it's been months now, and I had like almost all of my entire team.
Team is just X's. Man. I told you I had like two people. I had two people that we played. Two people left, and I was just playing by myself. So. But it's still a blast. I mean, we still have that game that's still new. We still have the old Rainbow Six, which is still getting updated. We have Riders Republic that can still get an update. We can see Far Cry 4 still. We still got that coming. Ubisoft has a number of games they can release. It's interesting time. Good time. Good times for sure.
Definitely for sure. Well, we're going to wrap up here. I want to thank you so much, everybody in the chat. I really do appreciate it. Mr. 1030, thank you for spending the last almost hour and a half here. I really do appreciate your time and getting your insight and thoughts on things.
Oh, for sure, John. Thank you so much for having me on your show, buddy. Man, it's always a pleasure. Glad to be able to speak to the community, speak to the chat, you know, not talk through gifts. So, you know, be ready for some more gifts later tonight if anything's happening. Star Wars is blowing up, so I really want to see this trailer now, John. And they got a trailer for it, you said?
Yeah, I think there's a trailer out for it, too. Yeah.
Well, you know where I'll be in a minute. You know, I'll be off of here. Oh, yeah. So thank you guys so much, man. Community, keep doing what you're doing. Remember to stay positive. Don't harass. Don't berate. Just get your point. You could get your point across without putting somebody down. That's the best way to do it. Honestly, it's the best way. It feels so much better to do it that way, you know? So just keep doing what you're doing, guys. Ask for the games you want to see. You know, don't feel bad about asking. All they can say is no. You're not begging. You're just asking, hey, can you bring the game here? If you tell me no the first time, I'm not going to ask you again. Okay, cool.
Right.
Figure it out. But at least you ask because you want to see it. So, you know, let's stand up for each other, speak out with our chests, and, man, enjoy our games. Enjoy our games. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Well, if you enjoyed today's stream, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And you know what? If you want to leave a comment after the stream here, leave me a comment. I always enjoy reading those comments. And that'll do it for episode 41 of Stadium Connect North. We'll see you all again real soon. Everybody have a fantastic weekend.
Hey, be safe out there, U.S.
That's right.
Have a safe weekend out there.
Have a safe one. Take care, everybody.
Take care, John.